Hey, I'm Yaku, and this is my workshop, the Jewelry Work Studio in Henley-on-Thames. Whether you're a goldsmith or whether you're just a person that's curious about jewelry making, I'm hoping that there's something in the video for you. Wait, today, a sapphire ring. Yes, I promised you a sapphire ring. We've done some repairs. This is a manufacture of a sapphire ring in 18 karat yellow gold and platinum. And it was a lot of fun to make. So I'm cutting out the sapphire out of the existing ring. I'm doing this very cautiously because I don't want any harm to come to the sapphire. I'm removing also these small diamonds out of the eternity ring. I'm going to be using these diamonds going around the sapphire to enhance the sapphire. Look at the little spiral.
Oh, it's very cute.
Isn't it cute?
That's what I thought.
I'm basically taking all the stones out so that I can place them and I can see exactly what the design is going to allow me to do.
Now you're melting the metal. Tell us why.
So I'm preparing all the metal pieces in front of me to see what I've got to work with. From this point onwards, I can step it over to the design. Put pencil to paper and materialize it in front of you. Can't change the size of the stones. We also have a finger size, so there's definite things we're working with. And we need to bring these elements together to make sure that the balance of the ring is correct. So now it's time to manufacture. So I'm starting with the center, platinum plate, and working outwards. I'm done with the platinum. I'm starting with the gold now. I'm cutting out the support structure, which is going to be the part that touches the finger and elevates the platinum piece above the finger. Obviously this is a ring, so we have to make a shank, which is the next thing I'm going to be doing. 18 karat yellow gold, I'm taking points from the design and I'm tracing them over to make sure I've got the right width and the right height for the shank to hold the centerpiece I've just created. Create the shank by wrapping it around. I'm pushing it up onto the actual sizing stick. I need a size K. I'm going fractionally before the size K, but now you're saying, but you always go, you need to go bigger. Well, in this case, we need to go slightly smaller. Why? Because we're going to be removing metal on the inside. So we don't want to have an exact size of K and then remove it, clean it up, and then it ends up on K1/2, because that'll be wrong. It would be wrong, Demaya. Preparing the 18 karat, and I'm doing it in such a way that I've got enough to work down from the top, to drop down from that subframe down to the bottom and back up to the top, and I need the width to also accommodate the stones. I'm going to start off by going, this is how thick I want the metal to be at the bottom, and then start cutting that away. Because the platinum is glued to the support structure, it's easy. I'm just heating it up. I'm removing the platinum, clear the bench from all the 18 karat yellow gold, and it's time for me to put the claws onto the platinum setting. Now the glue burns away and I'm sitting with a platinum piece. Why am I doing this? Because I'm going to be working with platinum solder to solder the platinum claws to hold the sapphire. If I work with platinum solder on 18 karat, the metal's not going to be able to handle that. So I'm separating it, pre-soldering the claws, and then rejoining it to the 18 karat part at the bottom. Taking time to make sure that the angles are perfect. We don't want any gaps here because we want contact from the top to the bottom to make sure that we've got a solder that joins all the way to the top to the bottom. We're not going to be using excessive solder here, just enough. So if these angles are absolutely perfect, there's no need to patch it up. So take a bit of time, which is what I've done, to make sure that those angles are absolutely true. Much easier to work with something that's absolutely clean. So I'm preparing the sides where I know that the shank is going to be joining to the support structure by pre-polishing or pre-cleaning it, so that once it's soldered on, there's minimal work to be done on the polishing machine or the cleaning afterwards. Part of the reason why you take so much time and the effort to make sure that these things all fit so nicely together is because it makes it so much more fun to put it together, to assemble it. Once I've got my thickness and the shaping of the ring done, I do prefer to give it a little bit of a comfort fit in the inside by breaking the edges, which basically what I mean by that is I give it a consistent angle and then I soften that angle so that when you put the ring onto the finger, it's nice and comfortable. Rings assembled, everything is cleaned up. It's time for the setting now, to the setting bench. So with the assembly done the way it's done and with the preparation done the way it was done, at this point the ring is set and it's also pre-polished. At this point everything is right down to the lowest sandpaper that I need for the ring to shine up with the greatest ease. It's a simple pleasure to take it over to the polisher. Manufacturing is the most wonderful thing that we can do as goldsmiths. There are repairs, obviously these things are important, but it makes me as happy as a coffee in the morning. This was really a great ring to make. It was fantastic to finish up and it was very sad to see it go. Thank you very much for tuning in this week and watching till the end. If you like what we're doing, if you want to support us, right over here, you're more than welcome to leave a comment. You're more than welcome to contact us. You're more than welcome to commission a commission. Yeah, we do those things as well. We do, yeah. Dot scenes. I've got to get back to the bench.
Shrinking in the frame because of your behavior.